where the socialism comes in. Because in the absence of that type of information, whether it's just planning or sitting down and talking about this, guess what happens? The socialist comes in and says, that billionaire over there, he's the reason why you can't have 5 kids. He stole it from you through his evil, greedy capitalist ways. And so to most people, they look at that and say, I don't have any other explanation. That sounds plausible. So I'm gonna believe that. And then the union, like Tom's point here, the union comes in and says, yes, those greedy capitalists stole it from you. So you deserve to have all that, and they should give it to you. So it's an information vacuum.
No, you're right. Have you seen that stat Rob, on how many married homeowner people we had in America from 1950 to today, to 2020? Have you seen this chart, Brian? I think maybe you and I have talked about this before. If you go pull up this chart, look at this. From 1950 to today,
look where it
estimated.
Look where it starts cratering.
You're going to 70. I think it's more 1990 on this one. But watch this here. Estimated percentage of 30-year-olds who are both married and homeowners from 1950 till today. This is scary. Jeff, this kind of goes to what you're talking about. Look at the 50s. Over 50% of 30-year-olds were both married and homeowners in the 50s, in the 60s, even the 70s. And then 70 drops 5% to 45%, but it's still 45%. In the 80s, that's only 45 years ago. And it still stays at that. In 90s, that's 35 years ago, we're at 43% of 30-year-olds were both married and homeowners. Then look at the drop after 1990. In 2000s, goes to 33%. In 2010, it goes to 22%. In 2020, 15%. In 2025, 10%.
You know what? I don't know if you know what the single biggest factor in that
What's
is?
that?
College? That's when people started going to college en masse. So you started running up debt. You started delaying life decisions. So you're no longer buying a house and owning a house and married at 30. You're now doing it at 35 if you can afford it, except college gets more and more expensive. You keep getting bigger and bigger debt. Housing prices continue to go higher and higher. And so you just keep falling further and further behind.
Well, rather than a business podcast, we could talk this to a social impact podcast, because you're correct. That's one of the factors. One of the other factors that you see here, and I'm going to show you a reflection right into the election that just happened. So you go take a look at the rise of feminism when women were told, being a mom with a job or a part-time job is not good. You're being used. And what feminism sold to the American women, and what happened with marriage rates. And when marriage rates dropped, Pat, and I'm going to get all kinds of heat. Let's just watch the chat. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Controversial
Feminism has robbed women of the place that they put their natural, nurturing, protective emotions. So you know what they're nurturing and protecting now, Pat? They're nurturing and protecting things like trans, things like this. Where are the angry middle-class women coming from? We talked about them in what a huge voting block they were. Where are the angry women coming from? They don't have families. They do not find fulfillment, and they have to channel this angry passion. By the way, do you know, if you were to take an Armenian woman from Glendale and
watch it right there,
put her in the same weight class and put her in the ring with somebody, right? And then whisper to her, that guy tried to hurt your kid. You're going to see a first-round knockout. That Armenian mom is going to be like Hulk, turning green and go after it. You know what that is? That's her protective instinct. That's her maternal instinct. That's her mom. That's her family leadership. And you put a strong man next to her, you have a powerful family. When you rob that from women, they redirect that natural protective instinct, and they start protecting irrational things. They start screaming about Trump. They start screaming about things. They're redirecting what is their natural protective instincts, and it's coming out as irrational protection of wacky stuff. And that's what you've got. And so people stop getting married. College debt effect. There's like 4 social things that has flipped it. And when you take a look at this, go look at the angry liberal women and tell me what % are married, what % have kids, what % have maybe a job and a career, but also have the opportunity to have a child and fulfill their natural role. They're robbed of that. Feminism robbed it.
That's a good point.
And guess what? The Democrats locked the door behind them.
By the way, just so you know, Tom, I just want to let you